And there's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, magic wars have been occurring through the culture.
What's a magic war?
A magic war would be, okay, you have one group that is jealous of one. And during World War II, there were a series of attacks that were sent out by the Thule cultists in Germany against certain cultists in England. And so this would be your, case study magic war. The English witches would send spells, a projection to bring down planes. They would avert the Germans. They would raise water. They would prevent the ships. And so the Germans, the Thule cultists, who are still in existence, would do the same thing. And so that is an example of a magic war. But that's on a massive level.
Germany seems to be a focal point for a lot of this.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, Dusseldorf, Germany.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
Born and raised?
I was born there, yes.
Well, your English is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. And I can read German, don't speak it.
Hitler was obsessed with the occult, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He wanted to achieve an occult Reich.
He was after everything. He was
under the influence of others. There were others influencing him. He had gotten a lot of his theories from the Thule cultists, who wanted the spear of destiny, and it goes into that. And then, there was a lot of subterfuge. I think what Hitler did was completely wrong. I think he should not have exterminated those 6 million Jews.
Of course not.
I think that was wrong, and that's where he erred. If he did not err in that, it might have been different, but that is where he erred.
Well, prior to that, he had the support of many huge financial people in this country.
He was a millionaire.
Yeah.
He had Ford on his side.
What obsessed him to do that, to kill so many?
Karl Haushofer's ideology perverting Madame Blavatsky's concept of the Aryan. That started also with the self-loathing discovery in Dollersheim, Germany, that his father was Jewish.
Did he rise to power just by being charismatic?
He did not. There was support, and there was also publicity. There was an extreme amount of publicity after Mein Kampf came out when he was in prison with Hess. And then from there, it just exploded. And he got banners on the street, and people started following him.
What
brought out the swastika.
What possessed him to want to attack everyone?
Well, it was not necessarily just him. The group wanted to. They wanted change to break from the money.
Yeah.
They needed money, and it was a problem, and so they could do their work and move forward.
They convinced him. They pushed him.
Yeah, he was their poster child.
Interesting. It's hard to believe, but you're probably right. There are probably a number of power brokers behind him.
Big time. Ford was a power broker in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they built and developed a lot of...
So was not Union Bank, Prescott Bush?
Yeah, Swiss Bank. And there's still money there.
Lathrop, California. It's Ray's turn, west of the Rockies. Hey, Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, I just... I heard mention of May 21st, 2011. We've got billboards up and down the I-5 freeway here. It says the world ends. And I heard, on that date, and I heard your guest mention it.
Yes.
Date. Exactly what's that about?
It's going to be a conflict date. There are people that are pushing towards it. There's a fanatical preacher known as Harold Camping who is attempting to bring about his concept of what revelation is. He is spending a lot of money to make that happen, and there are others that are fighting against him, and I'm one of them.
Oh, you are?
Yes. I'm an enemy of Harold Camping.
Well, those billboards are expensive.
Yes, that's $5,000 to $10 a pop. Yeah, and he's got it. He's done this before, but he's doing it now on a greater scale.
What has possessed him to do this, Winter?
He has interpreted through certain calculus computations the Bible itself, and he's come up with the date. There is some accuracy with his dating. However, it just needs to be prevented, and it will be prevented.
Now, what do you mean there's some accuracy here?
He is an engineer, and he's good at his mathematics, and I embrace mathematics as well because it always gives you an answer, and I'm strong with mathematics. And he is taking certain codes within the Bible, and he's dissected them in a very high computational way through computers and some new science that has come out, and he has come up with this date. It's actually been a date from previous ages as well, but it's going to be usurped.
So you're saying the date's accurate, but the event's not going to happen because there are others who are fighting that?
Correct.
That's interesting. And what would his definition be of the end of the earth? I mean, what would happen?
He is trying to bring about earthquakes, disaster. He has said openly through his work that the 7 billion people will not be saved on the planet. Him and his chosen ones shall be. And it's just a ridiculous take on it, and he's spending millions to make it happen. He's staking his entire radio network, which is filled with FM radio all over the world. And he's got all of these different...
and he truly believes this.
Oh, absolutely believes this.
All right, well, stay with us. We're going to continue with some phone calls. In our last hour, what I'd like you to do is share some of your stories, how you may have been affected by Satan. We'll be back in a moment on Coast to Coast AM. Winter, do you use your black magic and psychic abilities for your own personal gain, and does it work for you?
Yes, absolutely. I make an extreme amount of money utilizing both facets to, get wealth and make things work for me. Win the lottery, get jobs, get things working, sell work. Yeah, I definitely do that.
You don't put the old number 8 in your wallet?
I want you to be rich.
I'm rich in spirit. That's what matters.
That's wonderful. Well, we need to change some other things. We want you to be very wealthy.
And happiness is important, isn't it? And health. Take a few calls here. We'll go to Corbin, Kentucky. Derek is a first-time caller. Go ahead, Derek. You're on with Winter Lake.
How are you doing? One question before I ask my question towards your speaker. How easy is it to get in touch with you through Skype?
Pretty easy. You just dial us up at George 97313.
Cool. All right. Well, my question is this Corbin, Kentucky, it's very deep in the Bible Belt, and I'm wondering, I believe in Jesus Christ as my Savior, and I'm wondering if he can do the black magic, if he would be able to harm me since I'm a believer in Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't think he has a reason to harm you, but go ahead, Winter.
Right.
Yes. You could be harmed. I've actually spent time in the gorge of Kentucky. There's a huge, not huge, but there's a very large satanic cult there, and Corbin is near there. So, yes, you could be harmed if there were someone of the practitioner that felt slighted by you. It gets into a lot of petty arguments. I don't personally do it. People do it, though, over the most ridiculous things, and they attack believers of Christianity. I'm not an attacker. I'm not, coming out and saying I'm just going to attack people because they're Christians. However, I do know people that do, and they take joy in it. So, yes, you could be under threat.
So there is kind of a battle between Satanism and Christianity.
Yes, there is.
You're just not one of them.
I'm not involved in it. I don't waste my energy in trying. In Islam as well.
Good for
Islam.
you. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Christina, you're up with us west of the Rockies.
Hi, George.
Hi.
Hi, Winter. Winter, you seem like a very decent man.
I am.
Yes, you do. And
he does. I'm baffled, actually. Not to put you down here, Winter.
No, I'm very down.
I didn't expect you to be a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm very nice. I do not dabble in just trying to injure people for the sake of injuring. However, I do know people that do that.
But I need your help.
Okay.
I was a twin, and my mother aborted my twin, and I'm not young. I'm 57.
Do you feel plagued?
But I'm plagued by her, and she is either a borderline personality, she's definitely nutty, or she sold her souls to the devil for money. I don't know which, but she's, you know, she makes the movie Mommy Dearest look like child's play. They had to scrub the tub with Comet. She scrubbed me with Comet. I have tattoos on my body from where she scrubbed me with Comet, and I tanned over them.
What are you thinking that's going to need to be done? You're going to be plagued for the rest of your life.
If I'm going to be pardoned?
Well,
Plagued?
I mean, you have so many different energies flying around you. It's going to be very
difficult. You can feel them, right?
You've fought this war a long time. It's going to
my whole life, before my life.
Yeah, it's going to be something of an exorcism that's going to be required. You will have to possibly atone with this creature because it is more a creature than human. And
That's true.
Seeks you, and it's going to just seeks your destruction.
That's true. She's always, when she failed to abort me, she has been angry ever since and has sought to destroy me ever since.
How old is she?
Poisoned me.
How old is
She's
she?
80, and she has cancer.
Well,
bear with it. You know, it's...
And she's committed me falsely to mental institutions.
Well, things occur.
Pardon me?
Things occur. You know, deception is wrought. You know, deception is wrought by a lot of people, and you're just going to have to work through it. I don't recommend any psychotropic medication, but I think that if you just cleanse your space and maybe do a complete severing of ties, you could probably have a good chance of your own life.
Sometimes you might have to just walk away.
Yep.
Let's go to Bell Gardens, California. Juan, you're up with us on Coast to Coast. Hi, Juan.
Hey, George. I'm a second-time caller, and you know, I'm 19 years old. I'm a very young listener, but I'm very intellectual.
Well, I'm glad you got us.
Yeah, and you know, you're kind of like an idol to me. Like I look up to you, and well, I mean, I just want to quickly say I'm young. I was in a life of as a gang member. Have 2 years being a Christian, and I've never noticed anything bad, anything like anything of Satan himself. You know, like anything negative in my life, until I've been starting to do good. And I just really wanted to quickly say that, you know, now that I feel like now that I'm in the spiritual battle, it's real.
Are you still going